Good morning, children. Welcome to online class. Our today topic is Introduction to Internet and Web. You all know what is Internet. You are using also Internet. You are learning so many things from Internet. But in this chapter, we are going to learn something about Internet and Web. Now, first, what is Internet? An introduction is given that Internet is a computer-based worldwide information network. It can be assumed as an example of one wide area network. Internet is composed of a large number of smaller interconnected networks. These networks may link tens, hundreds, or thousands of computers, enabling them to share information with each other and to share various resources such as powerful supercomputers and database collection of data of information. Internet has made it possible for people all over the world to effectively and inexpensively communication with each other. Unlike traditional broadcasting media such as radio and television, the internet is a decentralized system. Each connected individual can communicate with anyone else on the internet, can publish ideas, and can sell products within a minimum overhead cost. Now, history of internet. The seeds of internet were planted in 1969 when US Department of Defense sponsored a project named APRANET. APRANET full form is Advanced Research Projects Agency Network. In mid-80s, another federal agency, the National Science Foundation, created a new high-capacity network called NSFNet, which was more capable than APRANET. It was the internetworking, that is, the linking of these two and some other networks, that is APRANET, NSFNet, and some private networks, that was named Internet. The original APRANET was shut down in 1990 and the government funding for NSFNet discontinued in 1995. But the commercial internet services came into picture, which are still running the internet. So this is the history of an internet, that when it is started, from where it is started, and what the name is given, and what the another agency's name given. Now, advantages of internet. Greater accesses to information, reduce research time. Useful communication links. Global reach enables one to connect to anyone on the internet. Easy communication with other people. Publishing documents on the internet saves paper. A valuable resource for companies to advertise and conduct business. There are disadvantages means disadvantages also there. So there is some disadvantages of the internet. Cyber frauds may take place involving credit, debit card numbers and details. Unsuitable and undesirable materials available that sometimes are used by notorious people such as terrorists. Computer viruses get downloaded and spread across machines connected to networks and have detrimental effects. Much of the information is not checked and may be incorrect or irrelevant. Message sent across the network can be easily encrypted and are open to abuse by others. Too much time spent on the internet could result in a lack of face-to-face interaction with others and a loss of social skills. Going online runs the risk of hackers or viruses being able to damage your computer. So these are some disadvantages of the internet, and the history, advantages, disadvantages we have seen. Here it is important for you to remember the date and when it is started, from where it is started. Maybe you will get questions in exam that when internet is planned, from where it is started, what the name is given. So from date, see the year, and in that year what the name of, is given, and when it is changed, that is important. Now next is World Wide Web. www everyone knows. From the late 1960s to the earlier 1990s, the internet was a communication and research tool used and almost exclusively for academic and military purpose. This changed radically with the introduction of the www or web in short in 1989. The www is a set of programs, standards, and protocols governing the way in which multimedia files. Multimedia files are the documents that contain a combination of text, photographs, graphics, video, and audio, that is, multimedia files, are created and displayed on the internet. Before www, internet was mainly used for obtaining textual information, but post www, the internet popularity grew tremendously because of graphics intensive natures of www. Therefore, we may attribute the explosion in use and popularity of internet to www only. The World Wide Web is an functionality called the web. Was proposed between 1989-1991 by Tim Berners-Lee, proposed in 1989. www became a reality was invention of HTML and a text browser in 1990. Now, history of World Wide Web. Present day www is about 21 years of age when its official birth date is April 30, 1993. In the following table, we are giving a brief history of www. Now, 1989 or March 12, Tim Berners-Lee, a British scientist working at CERN in Switzerland, submits a proposal for a distributed information system to allow research to deal with huge amount of information. That is genius of the World Wide Web. Now in 1990, on December 20, world's first web page goes live at info.cern.ch. The first web page's link is given here, http://info.cern.ch/hypertext/www/theproject.html. This is the first web page. On December 20, it is released. Now 1991. On August 6, the World Wide Web launched publicly as Berners-Lee published details of the projects on the internet. 1993, on April 30, CERN released the World Wide Web source code and announced it will be available free of charge. It also released a basic browser along with a library of code. By the end of the year, there are more than 500 web servers, and the web accounts for 1% of an internet traffic. Here with graph you can easily understood what they want to show. In 1990, internet prehistory, 1970 internet prehistory, 1990 internet network history. Like this way it's going upside. Now, what is the difference between www and internet? Most people think that www is internet and vice versa. A large part of internet is the World Wide Web. www, this is made up of websites that have one or more web pages. This is the part of internet that you probably use most of the times. But the internet is not just the web pages that you use every day. It is also consists of forums where people can seek help and advice about a topic, research, database used by university and large companies, Usenet discussion groups about a specific subjects for the latest brand to favorite pets, for example Google groups, email and instant messaging IME system. It is really important to understand that internet is not the same way as the www. The internet is to the World Wide Web as Europe is to Germany. One is the container, the other is an item within the container. Here diagram is given: www web, FTP, email. Now note is also given that while internet is a collection of computers or networking device connected together, www is a collection of documents linked via special links called hyperlink. www forms a large part of internet, but it is not the internet. This is the main difference between internet and World Wide Web. Here internet terminology is given. So before we proceed, let us see the terminology, what they want to say. It will be good if we briefly talk about internet terminology in the following lines. First is client. Any computer on the networks that request services from another computer on the internet. That is client. We are client. We are using database. We are using server. We are sending request. User is client. Server. Any computer that receive request from client computer, process and sends the output. That is server. Web server responds to web related request. Means what the request I had sent to the server with the help of browser, that type of response only I am going to get. Here web server responds to web related request. There can be other types of servers to handle different types of request and action. And how that one thing I want to tell here, that how does servers know that from the from which computer what the requests came? With the help of your IP address. Whenever you want, you will send request. Whenever user sends request or client sends request to a server with help of browser, you once where you see in that address bar one link is going, your computer address is going to the server, and server send according to your request, what request you have sent. With the help of that address only you are getting the output. So address is very important. So server's action from where the request came and where the service goes to which system. Now web page, any digital page document hosted on internet, that is web pages. Website, a collection of interconnected web pages designed with a certain goal in mind. Web portal, a website or services that offers a broad array of resources such as an email, form, search engine, among others. Example sites like MSN, Yahoo, India Times, etc. Web browser, a program or software on a client computer that retrieves information from the web. Examples: Internet Explorer, Google Chrome, Mozilla Firefox, Netscape. These all are browser which through this we can easily access. We can send request. So browser is very important for computer, for client in your computer. URL, full form of URL is Uniform Resource Locator. There it is an address bar when you are where you are entering a unique address to search a web page on internet. It is a unique address of web page on the internet. User enter. I am a user, so I will enter in address bar. I will give address. I will enter any website name in the address bar so that request is sent to the server and server will respond. So these are some internet terminology. Through this terminology we can easily access our web pages. Now, what is web server? A web server is a computer that stores website on the internet and delivers web pages to viewer upon request. A web server is also called www server. Web servers are generally programs or softwares that wait for requests from the web browser. Here some example is given that web servers are Apache, ISS. These are examples. So web servers means computer sends request, client sends request to the server. Server is somewhere else and server is very big. So there are so many requests is going from client computer and server responds each and every request in seconds. So that is a server. Here the best example I want to tell you that you are learning online classes. Now online classes is going on. So you are learning in online classes. So server is somewhere else and you are sending a request. Your client, you are sending a request to a server, then only you can able to access your online classes. Sometimes it's not open. Why? Because there is too much load in server. So at that time your page won't come. So this is the best way to understand what is server and what is client. In the next class I am going to tell you about difference between a server and web server.